Evening. I'm Eric Strauss, the acting president of the IJOC, and on behalf of the board, I would like to welcome you to part 2 of a 3-part webinar on dealing with stress with Dr. Ridvan Ekmekci. We hope you were able to join us for the first webinar, and if you weren't, you can watch it on our Facebook page or the IJOC website page. During the first webinar, Dr. Ekmekci taught us some interesting things about our hands and gave us some homework to do, which I hope everyone did do. He also shared with us some stress relieving tips. I've found one of them, brushing my teeth with my left hand, to be a new challenge. During the course of our webinar today, please feel free to ask questions. We will get them to Dr. Ekmekci so he can answer them while we are live. And at this time, I would like to introduce our speaker, Dr. Ridvan Ekmekci. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. So I hope everyone did their homework like you. I think some of them really find that interesting. But the brain is a very sophisticated organ. We can change anytime, doesn't matter how old you are, age or your gender. And as much as you do something to change your brain, you cope with the stress, especially when you focus on your task, when you concentrate yourself what you are doing, and you are changing your brain waves between alpha level to gamma level. So today we are going to talk about a little bit describing what is the management and what is the stress management, and we will learn more things and we will add some more homework. Okay, welcome again. Today we are going to talk about what is stress management, how can we cope with stress, and tips for better officiating. Some of you might know that about management, and also you are, as a manager or as a leader, you are doing something about the management. Management sometimes is an art, sometimes is a science. This depends what you are doing or how you do your task, your communication, your duties. But in some case, to manage yourself is very important. Management is the coordination and administration of tasks to achieve the goals. This is about to creating the goals. First thing, to cope with the stress, you need to have goal. You need to create your goals. If you have a goals to do daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, depends of your what do you want to be achieve. You need to create a period. You need to aware of your time, and you need to have a plan. Managing life means getting things to do, things done to achieve life's objectives. And there's a one thing, states of being, I'm always suggesting to be in a balance. This is very important. In your private life or in your work life, you need to create your balance all the time. Here you can see balancers are relaxation, rest, and recovery, and we can say recreations. And the stress, we were decided to last in the last webinars, and there is a two stress, which is one is a stress, which is a good one. The other one is a distress, which is the bad one. Bad one creates adrenaline, and it can put you on a rush. And a stressful moment in your head or in your behavior, control yourself. But a stress is always gives you a very good mood and energetic and anxiety, and your performance always in a high level. If we remember the brain waves, while you are sleeping, you are creating in your brain between 0 to 4 hertz, which is we calling delta level brain waves, and in a dreaming theta level, and alpha level is relaxing, beta 1 is concentration, and beta 2 is anxiety and stress. And while we are doing our job, we need to focus, we need to concentrate ourselves to be in beta level, because when we are in alpha level, which is too relaxed, our focus and concentration is too low. Or if we move to do beta 2 or gamma level, we are in stress level. Now this is de-stress level. That means we are lack of concentration, we are losing our decision making, and we are creating some stress hormones, which is cortisol. Remember that we have three parts in our brain. The first one is reptilian brain. We never control this part. We never reach that part. And the reptilian brain controls all the emotions inside, all the organs, how they work. And you cannot change the reptilian brain system. But the limbic system, emotional and feeling brain, we are calling that chimpanzee brain in some way. The limbic system is sometimes when you get in stress, controlling your feelings and emotion, because your limbic system has two parts. One part is amygdala and other part is hippocampus. And if you are getting in stress, your amygdala takes the control, which is a driver of your autonomous nervous system, is sympathetic part. But the neocortex part is rational or thinking brain. This is the human brain. If you want to control everything, you need to keep yourself in a beta level, to use some of the techniques which I mentioned in a previous webinar, breathing technique, or thinking positive, or focusing on something. So when we are looking for the important dimensions of the psychology of officiating, there are some factors. First one is confidence. Confidence is very important. And I am giving an example of the confidence, like you can feel that you are eating chocolate. Just think that you are having a chocolate and then you get a little piece of a chocolate and it's not enough for you. Confidence is like this. But if you have more chocolate, like whole of the chocolate tablet, this is the something like you need it more, but it's really you had it, but you are getting more calorie than that chocolates. After a while, it's you can feel that as, oh, I couldn't do that. I couldn't eat that much. Confidence is like this. If you are lack of confidence, your performance is low. But if you have more confidence, this is your performance is low too. This is reverse U principle. You need to have enough. You need to stop somewhere, and that means your confidence level need to be optimum level. Motivation belongs to the confidence. So in some part, motivation comes from the your inside, or motivation comes from the outside. But outsider motivation is not good all the time. That means whatever you do, you need to find your inner motivation, why you are there, why you are doing that job. If you find the answer and your motivation is optimum level, like confidence, and your stress in control, and concentration also. I find in my research most of the officials are not concentrating themselves, not preparing before the competition or organization, and they are just getting in the action without any preparation. I suggest to prepare yourself and think. As you remember, I was telling you about a imagery, thinking, creating what will happen, because like half an hour later there will be some competition, and then when you close your eyes and think about it, your concentration level goes higher, and you are creating in your brain, but your brain doesn't understand what is real or what is not real. If you create images in your brain, then you are concentrating yourself to the competition. This is very important things, because when you teach your brain, okay, I know what will happen, and then I'll close my eyes, and now the competition now, first 5 minutes, first 10 minutes, for half an hour, and it's going on, and the horses are coming. I am communicating with my colleagues, and everything in 3 or 4 minutes in your brain. When you think, when you imagine that, you are ready. And when you go, you will see that everything is whatever you think that before. And perceptions are very important, because of, as you remember, male brain and the female brains are perception are very different. Male brain can focus on one task, and a female brain focus on multitask. And if you think that as a male brain, if your ring finger is taller than the point finger, you are male brain. You cannot perceive the uh, two, three, four things in the same time. If you try that, you can get in stress. Don't try that. But if you are have female brain, which is the opposite. If your finger point finger is taller than ring finger, you are female brain. You can perceive two or three things in the same time. And this means you need to be aware of yourself. This means you need to understand what your capability, what you can do. And decision making belongs to this confidence, motivation, concentration, and perception. And if you are in a concentration level and better level, you can make better decision. And your mind will be clear and you can focus on your task. And stress and anxiety and communication, the other dimensions of psychology and officiating. So, and I want to remind you again, your five very important stress factor of uh, your officiating is make an error in judgment, the first one. That means if you look for the negative part, if you fear, if you have fear of and in judgment, that means you are focusing on negative part and you can make an error in judgment. In this part, we are suggesting that the positive psychology, which means the first thing you need to see and clear it in your mind to everything, positive things and negative things together. And then you need to talk to yourself, okay, I can make an error in my judgment, but what I need to do to fix it. If this happens, I will do this one. Just close your eyes and then see that situation and then see that how you're fixing. And please write down. You need to take the notes and then read it again and share with your colleagues. This is the very important to cope with the stress. And for second one, make a controversial judgment is the same thing. That means you are focusing on the negative part. Please try to create your own situations in your mind before the competition and take your notes or discuss each other. Sometimes we are calling that the pre-game session, pre-competition sessions. When you have with your colleagues, with your team, if you have pre-game sessions, you can discuss each other and then you can take your notes and then you can just think that when the situation happens, you can make your judgment, you can make a decision better. And other things are traits of physical abuse from the others, verbal abuse from the athletes and the coaches, injury to another person is the individual things that you need to cover. You need to be ready when something happened like this, and you need to just prepare yourself to help the other or just avoid that kind of situation. And as you see, that is percentage of the five very important stress factor was like this. So, and I want to move that the coping styles now for officials. First thing is, and the most important thing is the fear of failure. If you have fear of failure, this is very important. You need to change that thinking philosophy, because if the failure is the very important thing that we learn something from our failure. There is nobody every time doing the right thing. You need to talk to yourself. You need to understand failure is a part of your job. The fail is very good thing sometimes when you have. And please clear in your mind, the fear of failure is not a bad thing. When you have that, take your notes, talk to your managers, talk to your experienced officials, and get some advice, and then take your notes. And the next time you will see that you will be better. But next time there could be another fail for you. And negative thoughts are and second things are we need to really take care about in our private life or in our work life, doesn't matter. Negative thoughts are creating always gamma level and beta 2 level in anxiety level brain waves, and in this affecting our physiology with the cortisol hormones. Cortisol hormones is a stress hormone. You need to switch that to negative thoughts with the positive thoughts, positive thinking, positive behavior, positive body language, positive voice when you're talking is very, very important. And as you know, in a communication, body language is 60% are important, and your voice are 30%. As only we are talking with the other people on a 10% just with the verbs. Verbs are not important. Is important thing is not what you say. It's important how you say. And negative thoughts are creating negative behaviors. We need to take care about. These circle are just when you really understand, you can manage your stress and you can control your stress. Negative thoughts are creating negative behaviors and negative communication. Sometimes people are when they getting in stress and they are really talking negative, and because they are fearing of to making some mistakes, and they don't care about the other people and feelings and emotions. And as a team, you need to create your own communication, and it must be in positive level. And a lack of team cohesion is very important. I say that most of the officials they're not taking as a serious thing this team cohesion. Please create your team cohesion to be, you can get together before the competition, you can talk, you can share some of the information, ideas, and in a communication and in team cohesion. And we are sometimes playing some games, and this is very important to know each other, to understand each other. If you know each other, you can work very good as a team. Another one is lack of physical condition. Sometimes I see that this is about your age, about your physical appearance, about your physical condition, but the lack of physical condition sometimes creates stress. And you need to be very strong. You need to be physically ready. And because of if you are not ready physically, that means you are not ready for mentally too. And another one is lack of mental condition. Mental condition, and you can just do some of the mental practice mental training. You can play some games, you can read a books every day. Um, some physical preparations are affecting on the mental condition too. You need to be take care about your sleeping. You need to be take care about your um, nutrition. And the last one is here, lack of rules knowledge. And you need to read your rule book every day. It helps if you know everything, and that means you are ready for mentally, and you don't have fear of failure. Your thoughts could be positive if you have enough information in your mind. So if you are lack of these kind of information, or if you have some negative things in your mind, you are you are producing cortisol hormones, which is stress hormones. It's affecting in a short and a long period. In a short period, cortisol hormone, it's affecting your memory and attention in a positive way, but short time. But for the long period, this decrease your serotonin hormone, which is happiness hormone, and suppresses your immune system and decrease sensitivity to pain. And you are having some other problems when you have cortisol. So effect of stress with the cortisol can make these kind of illnesses. For the officials, a very important thing is cognitive changes. If you remember that our prefrontal cortex here, we are saying human brain, and we are making decision in our prefrontal cortex, and cortisol hormone, when you produce, it's going and shutting down your decision making area. That means you are not you cannot focus, you cannot make a decision anymore, and you are under stress, you just are losing your mind. That means you need to control. So first thing, control it, to talk to yourself, whatever you do, okay, this is, I can do it. The positive thing is very important thing. First thing, using breathing techniques, okay, there's thing to do. If you talk to yourself in the negative part, and oh, how can I do that? Oh my God, this is too much for me, or something else. That means you are putting in yourself in the de-stress level. What you need to do is take a deep breath and okay, let's see that. I've done this before and I can take care of this one. And in somewhere I can take some help from our colleagues, or I can ask something to someone to help me. Just thinking is the controlling the stress. This is the first level. But if you are really put yourself under pressure of thinking all the time is negative, and then you cannot control it, that means stress can control you. Remember that we need stress for performance, but the optimal level. Stress is not all the time bad things. When we control stress, like with the thinking on the positive part, our heart rate is like this. We can change from frustration to appreciation using breathing techniques and thinking positive, like this. Okay, first thing, breathing techniques for the shift to from frustration to appreciation. Just you need to focus on your heart and then take a deep breath in for a second. Breathe out in for a second. This is the one technique. In a short time, you can do it. That means you are shifting your nervous system, autonomous nervous system, and then you're balancing from with the two part of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Breathing technique is a very important. Just take a deep breath. This is the one. And the second one is 4 to 6. And a 4-second breathe in and 6-second breathe out. In third webinar, we will do more exercise together with this one. So in generally, after these techniques, you can manage your stress to doing these kind of exercise and practices. And I suggest to do meditation mostly, and some of you might doing yoga, some of you might doing exercise, some therapy, the music, listening music. I suggested to use the 432 hertz music, which is a relaxation music. And please make your time management program right all the time. Writing is very important because our memory is just forgetting everything in 20 seconds. Our memory time is 20 seconds. Whatever you listen, you just forget. For example, after 10 minutes, you are forgetting whatever I say or you see here, 50% of it's going. You need to repeat it again. You need to see, you need to look again. And that's why you need to take the notes. Whatever you're experiencing in a competition, please discuss each other and take the notes. Taking notes, and then after, when you go home, you're opening your notes and you are checking. Okay, this is um, how you did, and then how you fixed the problem. What was the suggestion from the others? What was your telling? What was your advice or something? And then when you think and when you read, when you repeat again, next time your brain will tell you, okay, I know this one. You don't need to be getting stressed. Sometimes we just don't care about to taking notes and repeat again. We forget it, and then we think, okay, oh, last time same thing happened. What did I do? You cannot think in that time. If you're trying to do remember the things, and then you are putting in yourself in a more stress, please take your notes. And some of you, I was working as an observer in the EuroLeague and the FIBA basketball, and I saw many things that people are doing unhealthy ways to coping with the stress. And most common thing is smoking. Smoking is not helps. In a short time, some little reliefs, but it's not good. Please don't do that. To stress your management is smoking is not healthy way. Drinking too much. overeating and undereating. Please, and be aware of yourself, whatever your body type or nutrition. And I know that you are starting very early in the morning, and then you are sometimes going home very late. And please take care about your eating, and please eat healthy things. I suggest you eat every morning one banana, which is including tryptophan, because the tryptophan is a main thing for the creating serotonin and melatonin hormone, which is happiness hormone. Using pills or drugs to relax is not good. This is seems like short-term solution, but it's not. Filling up every minute of the day to avoid facing problems. You need to face the problems. You need to solve. You need to um, sometimes really getting that situations, and you need to push yourself, sometimes challenge yourself. Healthy ways to relax and recharge. Write in a journal. As I mentioned, please take a notes every time and put the notes, and you can just go when you go home, you can just look at, or before the competition you can just and check it, and you can when you are doing your imagery, and you can use that notes. And green tea is very important. Sometimes the people are drinking too much coffee. I see that the caffeine is um, sometimes good for your concentration or focusing, but if you drink too much, and this is really creating more stress. Average uh, coffee, you can drink it from the research is 400 milligrams. If you are drinking more from 400 milligrams, and you are taking more caffeine, which is not good. And massage is very important, and because when you are getting massage, and you are creating your oxytocin hormone and serotonin hormone, and we are suggesting, but recently, I was going to the massage every week, but today I cannot go because of the COVID. And sometimes I do to myself, or sometimes I ask to my wife to do it, and which is very helpful. And reading books are very important. Please read a book every day. And sometimes when you have time in a competition, 5 or 10 minutes, doesn't matter, get your book and read it. It takes you from to the beta level to alpha level, which is a relaxing level. And listening music, but not kind of heavy metal or rock music or pop music, and relaxation music. I will and give you some lists for relaxation music. I have a list in my book, and I will share with the theater, and then he can just send it to you. And watching a comedy is very important. Sometimes when you talk each other to, and sense of humor are very important for everyone actually. But to watch a comedy, and another thing is to stress management, reduce to manage stress. So just a quick remember, to be a better official, our main things was good sleep, and nutrition. To have a good sleep, you need to go to bed at 10 o'clock to produce enough melatonin. This is depends of your age. Some people are sleeping less, some people are sleeping more. Like for me, I am 49 years old. I am sleeping 6 hours a day. And normally I go to sleep at 11 and I wake up in the morning at 5. And this is enough for me. But during the day, I do meditation, half an hour. If you do meditation, yoga, that's enough. But normally, according to research, people need to sleep 7 or 8 hours. And you need to sleep between 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock to create enough melatonin and serotonin. Meditation and mental training are very important. Please do meditation. And next webinar, I will teach you the kind of very simple meditation techniques. And you can just reach from YouTube. Recently, you can find from free online webinars about meditation and mental training and yoga as well. And the breathing techniques are very important. Focusing and concentration. And you need to talk to yourself when you're doing your job, because focus. Your inner voice need to be remind you all the time. Good communication and body language, positive manner, work hard and read the rule book. So another tips for you guys, an official must know the rules, procedures, customs, and code of conduct. Police and whatever your managers are sharing with you, the new rules, please update yourself. Please discuss, because reading is not enough to understand the rules and new things. You need to discuss each other. When I was in Australia, with the basketball referees, we were doing some clinics for the officials. We were getting together as a team, 4 or 5 referee, and we were discussing about the new rules and interpretations. When you discuss, your brain are really coding and learning the things, but just reading is not enough. Analyze the riders, grooms, and trainers. Be aware of their attitude. If you know that, you are ready. Your brain are telling, okay, I know this guy. I know what's going to happen. I know their attitude. Have a strategic plan. Talk to your team. This is very important. You need to prepare yourself. You need to have a plan. Good communication with your partners, colleagues are important. Good communication with the others is important. Use the word please. As a student, I was trying to catch the ferry, and immediately I called and I went that to ticket place and I asked this one ticket please, one ticket please. And then he said, "Where are you from?" I said, "Turkey." He said, "Very good. You're using too much please." I was surprised. And I I was thinking that after when I got the ferry, why I did use that the please, 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 please. And then I find myself that, okay, I am using too much when I was officiating in a for basketball game. I was asking the players all the time, please, please, guys, don't do that. Please, please, please. And this is really effective. It's life-changing things, positive manner, positive body language, and positive words. Mental preparation is important. Do 3 minutes of imagery before the competition every time. Just sit down and close your eyes. Think that you are going inside and then you are talking with the players, you are talking with the trainers, you are talking with the whatever you do, whatever your job is. Just think that. Good communication with riders are important. Use body language. Sometimes when you are trying to say something, they cannot hear you because they are focusing on something else. You need to just use your body language. And facial impressions are very important. And this is really sending all the message to others. Stay focused and be in a moment. If you are, if you find yourself and you stuck in the past, so you did some mistake and then you're thinking, still thinking, oh my God, I lost myself. I need to focus on the moment. In this time, you need to just focus on your breathing, your heart, or choose one of the objects. Usually, I suggest to use some watch or look the hands. And then when you look your watch, okay, what's the time? I focus. Now I am focusing on my breathing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are now in a moment. Self-confidence is important. Important. Trust yourself and the colleagues. Please talk to yourself. I am trusting myself. Okay, I can do that. I can do that. Switch your negative things to positive things. Use breathing techniques. It is effective for coping with stress. And always be positive. And I want to remind you again, I don't know how it's going. I hope it's going well. Every day, 10 minutes meditation. Please do that. And from this moment, if you are doing 10 minutes, please make it double, 20 minutes meditation. This week, after today, this week, please do it in the morning and do it in the afternoon. When you wake up in the morning, 10 minutes meditation is very important. But in the afternoon, between 2 to 4 p.m., because this period is people are getting more stressed and they are losing their concentration level. And if you do 10 minutes meditation in that period, you can raise yourself to the concentration level and your stress will be less. Please use less technology, especially smartphones and the social media. Recently, I had very good experience with my colleague, and then he is 14 years old and student, and he's preparing himself to do one of the examinations. Very good for getting into the high school. And then he was using the smartphone, but this month he decided to stop using the smartphone, and he gave smartphone to his mother. And this week when we have a session, he was telling me that, oh my God, teacher, I had plenty of time when I was stopping to use my smartphone, because we are really losing our time, and we are really spending more 3 or 4 hours in that smartphones and social media or whatever. Please use less technology, especially smartphones. Sleeping time, I told you already. And brush your teeth. And with the left hand, or if you're using left hand, you please opposite hand. You will see that it's not easy, and your brain will be create after 8 or 12 weeks later the new neural connections. Then you will start to use your hands very good. So exercise 1 hour a day, and nutrition are very important. Avoid from high glycemic load, especially white bread and sugar. I already told you. And that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoy that. And if you have some question, I'd like to give some answers.
Thank you, Ridvan. We would invite everyone who is participating to ask any questions for Ridvan to follow up on with you. And if you think of questions following today's session, please put them on our Facebook Messengers site and we will follow up with our next session. So we open the floor for questions. Ridvan, I'll ask you one. Often when you're officiating late at night and you come home, so we should not have a cigarette, we should not drink. We've already meditated. We need to go to sleep, but our brain is going. Bzzz.
Yes.
How do we go to sleep with and brushing our teeth with our opposite hand does not make us sleepy?
Good question. First thing, when you arrive your home and you talk to yourself, okay, I have done very good job today. This is the starting point. And the second thing is, please stop routine things before you sleep, whatever you do, and then get your book. At least 15 minutes you need to read a book to reduce your brain level from beta to alpha. But if you still keep looking at that smartphone, tablets, or computer, it's not going to happen. You are not going to sleep because you are still working in a beta level. This is like a car. You just, when you go home, you need to stop your car. If you keep starting and keep working that machine, you cannot stop it. You cannot sleep it. First thing, done your routines and then talk to yourself. Okay, that was good. If you like to talk to your colleagues or someone else at home and talk to them, okay, I want to tell you very shortly today, that was very good, blah, 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 a few words, and then get your book and 15 minutes. And then after that, you can listen 432 hertz sleeping music. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Please don't drink coffee or another things to getting sleep before you sleep.
Okay. Ridvan, I have to say I'm English and I always have a cup of tea before I sleep, no matter what.
Okay.
However, we do have a question.
Just not after drinking a cup of tea, just wait a little bit and then you go. After directly when you go after drink, or you drinking while you are just like laying down, it's not good.
It comes to bed with me.
Yeah, very good.
Anyway,
instead of drinking black tea, please choose a green tea.
Oh no, it's English tea. It's black tea with milk.
Okay.
But we'll move on. We have a question, or more of a statement, actually, from one of our colleagues, who says, first of all, thank you very much. She's finding this very interesting. But she's saying it's quite complicated to read or listen to music whilst you're in the jury box, because often we're in the jury box, as you pointed out, for very long periods, and
Yes,
it does get stressful at
yes.
times. So
Yeah,
she'd like a
but
little suggestion there.
very good, very good. And I've been a couple of times in the jury box in Turkey competitions, and then where I am suggesting that stop your work because you cannot work like 5 or 6 hours,
Hmm.
and in 2 hours, please make a break for 5 minutes and just go, take your books and go, or listen music. Just close your eyes and whatever and you can do in that time. I don't know. This depends of what you are doing. Choose a time. Every 2 hours, I need to have a break 5 minutes to reduce my brain level to the alpha. This is a plan. Make your plans. And shifting with your colleagues are very helpful. Please find someone to recover you. Just go. Like if you don't have time to get up and go somewhere else and you're sitting somewhere it's still same place, and sometimes okay now I'm really feeling that is on my brain is in fire, just close your eyes, breathe in and breathe out. This is like 1 or 2 minutes. If you think that you are using 4 to 6 techniques, 4 minutes, 4 seconds breathe in, 6 second breathe out. If you do 6 times, that could be 1 minute. And if you do 2 minutes, this is very good. And then you can just control your brain waves, and then you are balancing your autonomic nervous system, but you just using that 2 minutes breathing techniques. And I know that you can find the time for it.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you've answered, and she'll be very happy with how you've addressed her points. Thank you.
Okay.
That's the only question I had this evening, I'm afraid. I think you've spellbound us all, and I think everybody's still working out how to brush their teeth.
Okay. Yeah, that good. Okay.
Ridvan, we'd like to thank you very much, and we look forward to our next webinar. If anyone has questions that they would like to be asked, please send them to us and we will answer them for you. Thank you very much. We look forward to meeting again.
Eric, sorry, I'm just going to jump in there. A question has just come in, and I'm literally reading it as we speak. Thank you very much indeed to Dr. Ridvan and the club, Dr. Ridvan together with the club, to come up with the recommendations after the third webinar address. Okay, I will answer this one. It's a request to the club. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Ridvan.
Yeah.
See you all soon. Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.